Hello and welcome back or welcome to the channel. I'm Loudguns, and in today's vid we're going to be taking a quick look at the new Wikelo reputation system. I'm currently working on a much larger Wikelo project, but I thought it would be worth putting this together as a standalone vid since I could get it out much faster, and I know that many people are going to be wondering about how to optimally level up their rep so that they can gain access to a couple of the restricted contracts. So if this sounds good to you, grab a cup of tea while I roll the intro, then let's get into it. Happy New Year, folks. I hope you all had a wonderful festive season, and apologies from me for the lack of recent videos, but I was just taking a wee bit of a break to recharge my batteries ahead of what is shaping up to be a good year for Starset. With 4.5 though, we've got some changes to the Wikelo barter system, with a number of new contracts and an entirely new, if possibly ill-conceived reputation system. In this vid, my plan is to break down the reputation curve and discuss some optimal recipes to use to grind the rep. That's if you want to get to the gated contracts for the special Wikelo Wolf or the Wikelo Idris P. If you stick around to the end, I'm also going to have a little moan. I mean constructive criticism. So here's to hoping that Highlander or one of the other CIG team members stumbles across this. So first up, which Wikelo missions actually give reputation and how much? I've drawn on the fantastic resource that is Chris GBG's Wikelo sheet, which I will link in the video description, to put together this breakdown of missions that give rep, and how much. For reference, you will need 300 reputation to get to the very good customer tier, which unlocks the special Wolf contract, and 999 reputation to get to the very best customer tier that unlocks the Idris P contract. Notably, the only contracts that give rep are those for armor, guns, and ships. You do not get any rep from the repeatable Very Hungry contract that serves as an intro to Wikelo, or from any of the sub-item contracts such as converting scrip into favors or quantanium into Polaris bits. So with that in mind, let's think about the grind. One way which may serve many folks well is to simply view the Wolf contract and the Idris contract as bonuses and work on a few other ships that you would enjoy using. There's a good chunk of larger ships, the Asgard, F8, Starlancers, Prowler U and Taurus, that all give 250 reputation points. So if you built just one of these, you would be most of the way to unlocking the first rep level. Similarly, there's a nice clustering at 100 rep with less intense recipes. However, if you, like us, are aiming to work as an org to achieve a big goal like the Wikelo Idris, you don't want to be using up high value, hard to acquire items on the grind portion. My list includes a column for prohibited items. These are Pure Karenite, DCH SO5 comp boards, UEE 6th Platoon Pristine medals, and AAA Valakar pearls. Given how much of this stuff we'll need for the Idris, we don't want to be depleting our stock grinding the rep for the people who need to get to 1000 to unlock the contract. If you're in a similar situation to me, organising a group to work on a collaborative effort for something like the Idris, then the contracts I find the most appealing are the various guns down towards the bottom of the list that I've highlighted in green. Weapons such as the Skull Guns, Angry Volt Shotgun, and Boom Tube will each give you 10 rep, so theoretically to hit the Idris level you would need to make 100 of them. You'll find that a lot of the recipe components, such as Jaclium, Saldinium, Normal Karenite, and Juvenile Valakar Fangs, will cross over quite nicely with the activities that you're doing to get the Idris components. You can pick up the other gems while you do Hathor for the Pure Karenite, or you can scavenge the Juvie Fangs while you do the Apex Worm for their pearls and fangs. Or just while you're running Project Hyperion at the Onyx facilities for all the recumbents you need. The added bonus here is that you will have items that you can give out to other org members who helped out, as opposed to ships that are account bound to the person who's getting the Idris. If you're going to be pouring resources onto that one player to get them the big ship, it doesn't really seem fair to me to also build them a bunch of smaller ones. Other things to consider though are some of the smallest, cheapest vehicle contracts. The Noxy Mod and Pulse Plus contracts each cost 4 favours and give you a hover bike plus 20 rep. This way you could unlock the Wolf contract in 15 crafts or 60 favours, and the Idris in 50 crafts or 200 favours. However, our ultimate min-max method, which is admittedly a little on the cheesy side, is the Make Jumpy Atlas Shoot Geo-ICD contract. The Geo-ICD recipe involves 1 favour, 1 Atlas ICD, 1 Atlas Geo, and 2 NN13 cannons. However, the ICD and the Geo are not destroyed in the craft, so you can reclaim at the terminal and use them over and over again. You will need to make the one-time investment of Apex Fangs to make your first Atlas ICD, but then each subsequent craft and the 20 rep that comes with it will cost you just 1 favour and 2 NN13s. Now, I'm not going to say the quiet part out loud, but I'm just going to leave you with the information that the Golem Rocks contract, which costs 2 favours and the 15 ASD drives you'd get from running the main Jorit dossier questline, gives you a Drake Golem that comes with 2 NN13s in stock. In terms of favour to rep conversion, this method would cost you 15 favours to get to the 300 rep for the Wolf, or 50 favours to get you to the Idris. Also, definitely want to call attention to the special customer Wolf contract, which costs just 5 favours, is a one-time deal and gives no reputation. So for anyone thinking they'll grind that first 300 rep then churn these out, I'm afraid that's a no-go. It's worth keeping in mind though that the ICD or hoverbike methods will involve the person building the rep getting an awful lot of clutter in their ASOP terminal. Now that might just be the price of getting an Idris, and with the quality of life improvements around search functionality, this is less of an issue now. It is another reason that we're leaning towards the guns as our preferred method of getting our Idris recipients up to the necessary rep level. So as we round out the vid, I think it's worth putting a bit of feedback for CIG in here, and I would be interested to know if people agree or disagree with me down in the comments below. I'm not against the concept of reputation as a method of gating some of the higher level contracts, and I really like the idea of the Wolf contract, a one-time reward/bonus for engaging with the system. Honestly, I'd like to see more of this with other mission givers as time goes on. However, excluding the conversion contracts for favours and Polaris bits from rep gain is, to my mind at least, not smart. Building the Idris is not the work of one solo person. It quite rightly takes the efforts of an organised group to build a ship that is designed to be used by an organised group. So forcing us to also stack a bunch of ships onto that individual to build their reputation is suboptimal. If the conversion contracts gave rep, then we could at least channel these through that person and build up their reputation that way instead. And I think it's a similar story for solo players or small groups. If the conversion contracts paid out even a small amount of rep, something like 5 per, then you could focus on building one of the larger 250 rep ships, and with the supplemented rep from the conversions, you unlock the 300 rep tier. Or someone who wanted only the special Wolf could focus on grinding out conversions to sell to other players who want to build other stuff, and get to their Wolf without any ASOP clutter along the way. Still, I hope this video has helped you get your heads around the Wikelo rep system and thinking about your best pathway to the required rep for the contracts you want to get done. There is no one way to approach this, so I hope it has just provided you with some context and info that helps you plan how you and your group can approach it. As ever, I massively appreciate all the support that I've received in running this channel, so if you think I deserve it, then please do hit the like button, subscribe, and make sure the notifications are on for new videos. And if you can think of anyone who'd benefit from it, then please do share it with them. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the system and how you're building up your rep, and indeed if you've already got your Wolf or even your Idris. But with all that said, thanks for watching to the end, and I look forward to seeing you next time.